Okay, looks good.
All right. Welcome, everybody. I'd like to call to order the special meeting of the Industrial Development Agency on April 29th, 2021. Welcome, everybody. And I believe the first item of business is, I'll call to order and then privilege of the floor. I understand there has not been any public comment received. Heather or Ina?
That is correct.
Okay. Any additions to the agenda? Seeing none, let's proceed to item number 4, business, Asteri Project Supplemental Resolution, and to consider for approval. Heather, would you like to introduce this?
I am going to pass that to Russ.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for convening. And I see Rick is on as well, and he can correct me if I'm wrong. And Heather and I just spoke literally 10 minutes ago. I've been on calls for the better part of the afternoon on the Asteri project, and we're really close. Everyone's working literally around the clock on it. It's a complex project. Numbers are a moving target. The short of it is when they originally applied, they did not anticipate a mortgage being needed as security for the taxable bonds. The underwriting team has determined that that is necessary. As a result, we're coming back to the board they're coming back to the board to request that the mortgage amount be increased by what the piece of paper in front of you says, up to 45 million or 48 million. Literally, as of 15 minutes ago, we want to increase that to up to 50 million. And really, it's a ministerial act. They're going to pay the local share of the mortgage recording tax, whatever that number ultimately becomes to be. And then this would be the state portion that will be exempt. So essentially what is being asked of the board is an increase in the mortgage amount from what was, I believe, 34 million to 84 million to cover the lien that will be put on the conference center and the parking garage as security for the taxable bonds.
Could you just explain that again? I heard 48 to 50, and then you used 84, just so.
Right, so we originally, sorry, it's been one of those afternoons. Originally, it was not anticipated by the Asteri group and the underwriter that a mortgage was going to be needed to secure the taxable bonds. So when they originally applied, they asked for a mortgage just for the housing piece, which was up to 34 million. Heather, if I'm correct.
34,253,328.
Right. So that was what was originally approved by the board a number of months ago now. As the underwriting process on the taxable bonds, which again are financing the parking garage and the conference center, it was determined that they would also need to encumber those facilities with a mortgage, and that's up to $50 million. So it's an aggregate mortgage or two mortgages of $50 million for the parking garage and conference center, and then the original $34+ million for the housing project, which will close at a later date.
So just for my clarity, we're really not changing the cost substantially. What we're doing is adding the security of a mortgage so that there are all the mortgage recording fees. And that's why we're here today.
That's exactly right.
Okay. Question.
So the increase in mortgage recording tax abatement, which would be the state share of the mortgage recording tax, would be approximately $39,000.
Okay. Okay. Questions or comments? Laura.
Thank you. And Russ, thanks so much for all of your work on this. First, I'll say that I join with others in wanting to see this project move forward. It's an exciting and a complex project, and I want to see it happen. I also just want to make sure that I'm clear in what we received for this afternoon's meeting. I see that an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $45 million. That's what was approved at our February 10th meeting. I understand that today we were looking to increase that to 48 million, but you're now suggesting that be increased to 50 million. Do I have that?
Yes, that's what that's been in conversations, literally at a call that I had at 3:30, that Nels and others indicated that the amount may be up to 50 million. And then because these are in largest, I'm okay with it. We had a public hearing and we set up to 45 million. If these were tax exempt bonds, I may have a different analysis given the opinions that we have to deliver and the IRS regulations. But because these are taxable bonds and it's not more than 15% of an increase, the scope of the project hasn't changed. It's the cost differential. I'm okay not having to go back and do that, the public hearing over again, especially since there were no negative comments. So yes, you're correct. The original amount was up to 45. The piece of paper that you have in front of you says 48. As of about a half an hour ago, they asked that it go up to 50. And
Okay,
we'll
thanks.
assuming the board considers it, we will revise that resolution to reflect that 48 up to 50.
Thanks. And you anticipated my other question about the need for another public hearing, and that is
No,
not
I'm
necessary.
I'm comfortable that we do not need another public hearing, and we will, of course, be delivering a number of opinions on the IDA's behalf.
Okay, Martha.
And I have one last question,
Okay,
Sure.
if I may. And again, I just want to make sure that I'm clear. So in section 1 of the resolves, maximum principal amount, I see 83 million. And if I've heard you correctly, Russ, that figure should actually be 84 million.
So it's 50 million plus the 34, which by my math is 84. Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
okay.
34 plus whatever that number, rounding number was, Heather.
Okay, so that'll change as well in the final. Okay, Martha?
So I'm asking about where we're finding this. I see on page 4 is the resolved, section 1. So should the first number be 50 instead of 48?
Yes.
And then the second number, instead of 83, it's 84.
84 plus, right.
84, 253. Where did it go? 84, 253, 328.
Right.
Okay. And then those same numbers should be on page 3. Is it any other place, or is that it?
I'll make sure, Martha, that we go through the resolution and update the numbers, and we'll get it down to Heather and Ina as part of the record once it's presented to the board.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Manzardo, is there anything you wanted to share with the IDA?
I'll echo somebody's sentiments. I don't remember who, but thank you, Russ. I know how much work he's been putting in this. So it's been progress. And like I said, we are close. We should close the non-residential, I'd say probably 3 to 4 weeks. We went in front of the credit committee for the residential today. It went well. We go in front of boards May 13th, and we're looking to close that mid-June and then close the funding on the residential June 29th, I believe. So everything is teeing up to be closed with the entire project by end of June. So thank you all for your patience and for having this special meeting.
Yeah, and we just, as a further update to the board, we actually have a small working group call with a rating agency tomorrow. And that should be the final substantive nuances that we have to work through the documents. We would get the rating and then go to market, hopefully, like Rick said, close in the coming weeks.
Okay, very exciting. Any other? Okay, Jeff.
Hey, Rich. Hey, Russ, just to make sure I'm fully understanding all of this, because I think I was coming on the board in 2021. I didn't get a sense for what happened in 2020. So just to clarify, the 34 million, that's the housing piece that has already been approved last year or whatever that is. And so the 45 million is for the conference center and the parking garage, and that had already been approved. So now we're just talking going from 45 to 50 million, and that's it.
Well, two things. We're talking about increasing the bond amount from 45 million to 50 million.
Right.
And so they have a cushion. So we don't have to do this again, hopefully.
Yeah.
And also authorizing increase in the mortgage amount, which is not dollars, it's just the lien that secures the
Right.
bonds
Right.
up to $50 million. So the developer can enjoy the state portion of the mortgage recording tax.
Okay, got it. I'm fine. Thanks.
Okay, anybody else? Questions, comments? Make sure we understand what we're doing today. We good? All right, ready to vote.
I don't think
Martha
anybody
Robertson.
moved. I don't think
Oh,
anybody,
yeah, we got to move it. Can I get a motion? Laura moves.
I'll second.
John seconds. Thank you. Ready to vote? Martha,
yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Todd,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes,
and the chair votes yes. That's unanimous. All right. Thank you, everybody. Is there any other business to come before the IDA today?
I just wanted to announce that we got word yesterday that the Carpenter Parks Affordable Housing Project received a low-income housing tax credit award.
yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, that was worth attending the meeting to hear. That's
Sorry,
Yeah,
laughed
that's-
out loud. Sorry.
That's really phenomenal news. So I just wanted to share that. And I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. We're going to be busy at our next meeting.
very good. Okay. Thank you to everybody for scheduling and getting here today. This is good. We're helping move this project along. So any other business? Okay, seeing none, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I moved.
Martha moves, Laura seconds. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.